Hey kids, today we're going to learn how to draw King Tut, one of ancient Egypt's most famous pharaohs. We'll practice face proportions and keep things symmetrical, especially that striped headdress. Then we'll finish with the best part, adding shiny gold paint to make it glow. Hi, my name's Kathy, and I've been teaching kids how to draw for over 20 years now. My favorite thing to do is to show students that when you take things one step at a time, learning how to draw just might be easier than you think. Here are all the supplies I used to make this project: a sheet of multimedia paper, a good eraser, a dark blue crayon, pencil, thick black Sharpie marker, paintbrush, and the best part, the gold tempera paint. Before we get started drawing, I just wanted to remind you that center pencil guidelines on your paper are really going to help you out, especially with something like this where we're trying to make the face and the head very symmetrical. Our drawing can begin now with a large U shape. I'm going to make some marks to plan how wide that U is going to be and where the bottom is going to go. And once I have those marks in place, then I'll use them to draw a nice curve on one side. And when that's done, I'll do my best to match that curve on the other side. Next, there's a band going across his forehead, so draw a line that's going across that U, and when that's done, then draw another line just like that, just about an inch below or so. The neck is very easy to draw. It's just two lines coming down from that U shape. All right, that headdress shape comes next, and it's also a large upside down U. So make marks to plan how wide that's going to be and how tall. And when those marks are in place, then draw a curved line on one side and a matching curved line on the other. Let's finish off the bottom of the headdress now. Just think of it as like a stretched out S shape on one side and then a backwards S shape on the other. Now we can move on to King Tut's face. Let's start with the eyes. I like to plan them with dots first so that they are the same size. And when the dots are done, then connect them with curved lines. To finish the eyes, add the curved lines inside, on one side and the other, and then that kind of eyeliner look line that's on the outside of each eye. All right, now we can go on to adding eyebrows above each eye, and a simple nose in the middle, which comes halfway down to the chin, and a mouth that's halfway between the bottom of the nose and the chin. I usually start with the center line and add the lip above and one below. Add an ear on either side of his head. Make sure the top of the ear lines up with the eye. And let's finish with a kind of gently curved line on the neck to make that look a little more dimensional. Now for the stripes in the headdress. To make sure they end up being symmetrical, we need to begin with one large stripe that's centered at the top, like this. I do think it's helpful to work in sections. So now let's add 4 lines that are kind of working around that corner, and then stop after you've drawn the 4th one. Now the same thing needs to happen on the other side. So draw 4 lines that are spaced apart, and the last one should be horizontal like you see here. I'm going back to the right side now, and I'm going to draw 6 lines that are evenly spaced apart. Then, of course, do the same thing on the other side. Add 6 lines coming down there too. Don't worry if yours are a little uneven, mine are here. It'll all look fine when it's done. Now go back to the other side and continue those lines and space them evenly apart. And make a note of how many you drew there. And finish off with drawing the same number of lines on the left side. The only thing left to draw is that kind of little knob shape at the top. Okay, now for the coloring and then the painting. I'm going to begin with my dark blue crayon. Be sure to start with that center stripe at the top and then fill in every other line so you get that striped pattern going. If you do have center pencil guidelines on your paper like I do here, now's the time to erase them before we put any paint down. I've put just a small amount of gold tempera paint in a container, and now I'm painting over the entire face. You'll see that that gold paint is pretty transparent, so you can still see those lines. And if you're curious about why we're not tracing first, it's because I found that when the gold paint goes on top of the black marker line, it kind of takes away from the darkness of the markers. So we're going to do that last. When that gold paint is dry to the touch, then you can bring out your thick black marker and start tracing. And I realize in this video, it looks like those lines on the face are hard to see, but trust me, in real life, they show up very well. Use that black marker to fill in the eyes, and then also trace the line between those stripes on the headdress. Keep going until you have nice, bold black lines between all of those shapes. When you are done, feel free to go back over those shapes and lines more with your marker if you'd like to make them even darker. Hey kids, nice work drawing King Tut. Today you practice face proportions by placing features where they belong, and you use symmetry to keep both sides of the headdress matching. Those careful stripes and clean lines really make your portrait look royal, and that finishing touch of gold, total ancient Egypt magic. If you enjoyed this art lesson, then hop over to my website, Art Projects for Kids, where you'll find even more Egyptian-themed drawing tutorials, like how to draw the pyramids and how to draw a camel. I hope you check them out too, and most of all, I hope you keep on drawing.